Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Overdrive Cup Series, where tonight the action comes under the lights at the Kentucky Speedway for 140 laps of stock car racing. We're in for a real treat tonight, as Kentucky is a cookie cutter 1.5-mile tri-oval, but no ordinary cookie cutter. This unique variable banking within these tricky corners make it one of the most technical tracks within the NASCAR schedule. My name is Sean Stam. Thank you all for joining in here tonight on Stam Studio Network. I got the one, I got the only. His first name is Marvin. His last name might not be the commentator, but Marvin the commentator, the Marvin Samayo. Marvin, how are you doing on this wonderful race evening here tonight?
Great, Sean. I'm very happy and excited to be here at Kentucky Motor Speedway to see what these drivers have for us in store today.
Hey man, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. Real quick, before we get to some virtual track facts here tonight, let's take a look at the old playoff standings. Although it's very earlier on in the season, Brian Reyes, Angel Delgado, Nicholas Rode continue to lead our top three. How about Chapman, Lichman, Brown? How about Travis Farmer and Pondra right there tied for 7th in the points? Then you look at Ryan Kilbashian and Johns right there in the 10th running spot. It's going to be a fun race tonight. Race fans, make sure you grab yourself your drink, grab yourself a snack. You're not going to want to leave your seat throughout this 140-lap race. Marvin, what are you looking forward here tonight as the track conditions? They're pretty cool. I think we could possibly even spin some tires on some restarts.
Yeah, Sean, that's going to be one of the things with the track temperature being on more of the cooler side. Look to see if there's going to be any type of wheel slippage, especially on restarts. And I believe Angel Delgado is on pole, so he's going to have to manage those tires as we get going to green flag racing here.
There you said it. How about the old man, the myth, the legend, Angel Delgado? He's repping that breast cancer awareness number 90 Ford Mustang once again tonight. Gonna slap it out there up on the pole with a 29.940. Don't look now, but Zarate is up there right beside him in P2. Kilbashian, Daly, how about old Timmy Catalano, Landon Bradford, Stephen Hawthorne, Jackson Brown, Mike Chapman, and Jared Green rounding out your top 10 drivers here tonight. 11th and 12th belong to David Castelli as well as Michael Durham Jr. Then you start to look at 13th on back between Samuel Litchfield, Jeremy Pienta. How about Jeff Hoggard, Travis Farmer, driver of the Monster Energy 9 Chevy Camaro, Nicholas Rode, Trenton Johns, Michael Ponder Jr., Colin Grace, Corey Calfers Jr., Nicholas Rendo, Logan Perryman, and Nick Burling. 24 drivers. We got a 30 driver field here tonight. That's going to keep them going. About Nick Burling there out of Australia, the land down under. Look at how close these lap times are here. Even driver on the pole all the way down to 24th, all separated by less than a half of a second. Doug Pachter, Ashton Pritchard for, I think that needs to update there for LMS. Brian Reyes, Daniel Selway Jr. is going to be up there in the race control tonight. Christopher Roska and Alex Sweeney rounding out our 30. Marvin, I'm not going to count them all, but 30 driver field here tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a full range of cars today. So definitely have to keep an eye out on the field. And like you said, Sean, half a second between the top, I believe, 24 cars of this field. So it's been a lot of close racing here tonight.
Well, we see already that YouTube chat starting to pop off here. Let us know who you are rooting on here for tonight, as well as if you happen to find yourself in the vertical broadcast, make sure you're mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast. I promise you, I might not bite, but I might tickle you. Anyways, here we go. We're going to get to some green flag racing. We're going to have Angel Delgado, Christian Zarate out here up on the front row. We see Illumit 91. Daniel is joining us in YouTube chat. You all have waited a week for it. Here we go. Green flag racing at Kentucky Speedway.
Green, green, green. Let's go racing, boys. I can see Brian Reyes going up to the apron right now, trying to make some moves happen. But up front is going to be Christian Zarte and Angel Delgado taking command of this race as they approach the backstretch.
So But a side by side already up in the race for the race lead. Zarate out up front. Delgado drops back to P2 as he's going to try and draw this inside line for the second running spot. Don't look now, but Timmy Castellano, Logan Bradford, Jackson Brown are all starting to join this battle. 3 wide already, boys. We are not slowing and mowing it down earlier on in this race. Still side by side from fifth on back.
We're just seeing some 3 wide racing here on the exit of turn 2, going double file right here on the backstretch. Zarte led that lap, but Delgado is right there, leading and watching, trying to see if Zarte makes any mistake. He's right there ready to pass as we look on board. Zarte looking towards Delgado.
Up and on board with that back bumper of Zarate as now we're on board with Angel Delgado here, looking back at, that's LZ Daly, who's gained a spot earlier on in this race. Pretty earlier on. Here's Zarate continuing to lead. How about Timmy Catalano continuing to run in the 4th running spot? Marvin, we're going to have to keep our tires underneath us here tonight, especially if we get some green flag running.
Yeah, especially with these cooler temperatures, man, we're definitely going to have to make sure. Oh my goodness, the number 20. And I'm trying to figure out who that is. Number 20. I believe that's 7 Hawthorne. I think that might be him. He split it there. 3 wide into the tri-oval. My goodness, that was one heck of a move.
Man, drivers continuing to gain spots earlier on in the race. Zarate continuing to lead out front. With this 30 driver field here, Marvin, you get yourself admired here a little bit deeper in the back of the pack here, and you're going to start to run with that dirty air. That's something that we continue to see not only in road course racing, especially in oval. I mean, we're going to continue to run side by side, even some 3 wide here.
Yeah, there's going to be some 3 wide action all over the track right now. Action everywhere. Now, don't have it twisted. It looks like top of the leaderboard. You're going to see Christian Zarte right now. I mean, he's got not much of a lead. It looks like almost dead even at the start-finish line right now between Delgado and Zarte, which has brought Hawthorne right there, Catalano and Daly. I mean, we're going to have basically a 6-car race battle for the lead as Zarte pushes the envelope and he fights back on the outside with Delgado going onto the inside into turn 3. Oh, Delgado is washing up the track. He keeps it off Zarte, and Zarte continues with the command lead. But look at Hawthorne right now in that GR Scheme Toyota Camry wanting to take P2. Is he going to make it 3 wide? We're going to look at a 3 wide action here.
It's only lap 7 in the race. We're beating, we're banging, we're trading paint for the race lead. You called it great there, Marvin. Delgado lost the grip there at a turn number 3 and 4. He does the same thing. Delgado continuing to run the right sides off of his number 90 Ford Mustang earlier on in the race. We got some live driver cameras here tonight. Oh, look at that. We also got a little foot cam action there for a little Christopher Rosca action. Whoa. Hang on here, Marvin. Sorry to cut you off, but look at Brian Reyes. He's rocking a STAM Studio Network shirt. Look at all Brian Reyes go.
Nice. That'll definitely give you an extra, I want to say, 0.3 of a second off your lap time. So I think Brian Reyes, yeah, he's got something right now. He's got something.
Man, you got a feel for Reyes. He's normally qualifies a little bit faster, or excuse me, a little bit what do you call it? Higher up in the track here. He's going to qualify back there in 26th, already gaining 3 spots earlier on in the race. But look at Christian. He's going to continue to lose spots as here comes 7 Hawthorne, as well as Christian. Oh, no! Delgado, no!
Oh, no! My goodness! Ah.
Oh, boy.
Man, I feel so bad for Delgado. My goodness, he was leading. I think he finally got around Zarte, and I think Hawthorne tried to make it 3 wide, washed up to the track, miscalculated, and unfortunately, Delgado was right there. And
battles for the lead are going to end up sending 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers. Look at, I mean, 7, he was already clear down the inside. He didn't even need to send it Mach 2 down there. He's going to spin Angel Delgado. Look at the 45 of, not sure the 45 is there, but he makes contact with the outside wall. A little snowball effect here, Marvin.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. And oh my goodness, I think who is that in the '07
Mike Chapman up
Speed?
there involved.
Mike. Yeah, Mike Chapman got collected in there. No fault of his own. Unfortunately, he was just at the wrong place, the wrong time right now. And he's gonna try to get back that '07 Chevy there. But man, yeah, I don't know what think Hawthorne might. I think yeah, I don't know. I don't know
I
what ended up
wonder if he
happening
didn't
there.
know he was clear down the inside. Because, I mean, once again, if we watch this at full racing action here, I mean, take a look at the 20, dive it down there into 40. Dunk, dunk,
Yeah.
dunk.
Ooh. Man, Delgado got 3 pops on that one from 3 different cars. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, Delgado has been in situations this past season where I have noticed that something may happen and he somehow still pulls it in last minute and he comes back hard charging towards the front. So there's Angel Delgado. Man, he was doing very well. Tough break for him, but don't count him out just yet. This is still very early in the race. I believe Delgado can make it back up to the front.
I am right there with you. If you remember, once again, a week ago down there at Vegas, with a little bit of an incident earlier on in the race, that number 90 Ford Mustang was able to make his way not only back up to the final driver interview spot, not for third, not for second, but he was the driver to interview as he came away with that race win. Christian continued to lead earlier on in the race. We see Griffin Motorsports GMS saying, well, green, green, green earlier on in the race. Thank you all for joining in here live tonight on Stam Studio Network as we're going to have LZ Daly run in the second position, Landon Bradford, Jared Green, Jackson Brown, Ryan Kilbashian, David Costelli, Jeff Huggard, Travis Farmer, and Nicholas Rode running out that top 10.
As we go double file restart right here on the next lap. As we mentioned earlier, Sean, we're going to have to keep these tires in check right now. We're going to have to see if there's going to be any tire spin at the restart that may be in part of the equation here. I mean, who knows? LZ is a new driver to the series right now, so let's see how they manage their tires. And LZ's been kind of quiet there, so we'll have to keep an eye on this number 6 Ford Mustang and see what LZ's got.
Not only keep an eye, but keep an ear. I mean, if you listen to that, you can't hear anything because LZ's dumping the clutch right now. These well, of course, right as I say it, gets right back in. There you go. Dumps it right back again. Marvin, this is something you're pretty familiar with here. We're going to run some fuel strategy here tonight. So this is going to be an interesting thing to, once again, not only keep an eye, but keep an ear out for.
Yeah, so right now what LZ is doing, he's trying to do a strategy here. Intentionally shutting off the car to save fuel, keep it in neutral, keep it at a certain speed, and then just let it neutral, dump the clutch, shut off the car, and then use the very momentum to just basically pop it back and turn on the car. But watch that number 6. It's gonna use a little bit of fuel strategy. Go green here.
Here we go. Christian, he's going to lead the field to green. What a jump there. Shot out of a cannon down into turn 1. There goes Christian. We're going to run side by side from second on back. Here comes Jared Green, Ryan Kilbashi, and Jackson Brown all starting to join this battle as well. Here comes Kilbashi, and he's going to wrap around the outside line. Don't look now. Travis Farmer's Monster Energy Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro looks to be fast as Chapman goes around in the back.
Oh no, that looks like 4 cars, maybe 5 cars, and Delgado.
Not again.
Second caution, not again. But I think Delgado might have just spun around. I don't see too much damage. No, not really. Maybe the quarter panel on the left rear a little bit, but that might not hurt Delgado too much. Oh man. And Corey Colfers Jr. right now was involved in there. I believe that is the '07. And that's going to be the '07 of, I'm trying to say it, I keep missing, Farm, I believe? And Mike Chapman. He was involved in the first incident with Delgado, and it looks like he's involved in this one too. They're going to, tough luck for Mike Chapman, but he's still on the lead lap, so it doesn't look like there's too much damage. So I think he'll be okay for this next go.
Let's see what, oh man, look at the 5.9 Chevrolet Camaro as well. Gets involved big time there. I think this is going to be Nick Burling, the driver from the land down under. Look middle of your screen, that lime green machine. Oh, Mike Chapman contact out of turn number 2. And then does that shoot the 16 up the track, or does Nick just drift up the track slowly and take out the 59 of Doug Pachter? And then it's just snowballing here, Marvin.
Yeah, it's just snowballing right there. Ah, my goodness, that was a hard lick right there on the inside barrier. I don't know if Delgado got any, I mean, aside from that initial contact, I don't know if Delgado might have slapped the wall on the inside, but just on the driver's door. So, oh man, that's is Delgado still on the lead lap? I think he still might be on the lead lap. Yeah, I don't show that he's a lap down, so it looks like he's okay.
Let's hop on board with Angel Delgado this race restart from the virtual driver iCam.
Gave the 20 a shot there. I don't think that was just a normal shot. I think that was did not appreciate that first initial contact shot. I should know because I've done that myself. He passes him. He's like, all right, you have it. And unfortunately, when that happened, yeah, he did hit the left rear. My goodness.
Marvin, you ever seen that Dale Jr. ad? It goes a little something like, pancakes.
Yes.
Angel Delgado just pancakes that inside safer barrier there.
Oh, my.
Holy guacatules. Hang on, Marvin. Timeout. We got Ghost Slayer 22 live in YouTube chat right now. We have a $1 donation. Google Slayer 22. I appreciate that, man. That's what keeps us going here behind the scenes and burning the midnight oil. That's pretty neat there, Google. Let us know who you're rooting on here tonight. All right, we're gonna bunch them and scrunch them back up here, Marvin. Let us know also who you are rooting on here tonight. I'm not really rooting, but possibly, I know we're what, 2 runs into this race, but who's sort of grabbing your eyeball earlier on in the runs?
Oh man, hard for me to say right now. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can't go wrong with Angel Delgado, but he's been having a tough battle right now at the beginning of this race. Man, I want to keep an eye. He is a lap down. I mean, considering with how much chaos has been at the beginning of this race, Angel Delgado, he's still got a chance. If there's another caution, if he can keep it out of any trouble, he could be back into this and he'll fight his way back up to the front. However, my pick, I'm going to have to say LZ. I like where LZ is doing, kind of quiet. A new driver, kind of like the dark horse of the current race right now. Just came out of nowhere and is right in P2.
You know, I got to agree with old Ghoul Slayer 22 here tonight. I got to agree with old Jared Green, number 19 machine. That's, what does that say? LORF designs on the side quarter panel and front hood there. We're going to see the old race field belong into Christian Zarate's hands, but don't count old Jared Green out of the race lead here tonight, as we're going to get the green flag going once again here after our second caution here tonight from Kentucky Speedway. Christian Zarate leads him back there into turn number 1.
And Christian Zarate, again, 2 in a row. He just launched it right off of that start-finish line and got the better end off of Daly right there. But looks like we're pretty cordial right here as we see some 3 wide towards the back of the field right now. Coming up, man, Zarte close to that wall, but Bradford is right there looking at P2. But Daly's going on to the outside right now off of turn 3 into turn 4 and is going to take back P2. And I think he's going to try to use the momentum and try to carry that into turn 1.
That gets risky as a biscuit out there out of the exit of 4, because that outside safer barrier, it'll sneak up on you if you just happen to look at it wrong. But as we continue to see, how about LZ Daly continues to run that outside line or out of around Landon Bradford, who continues and the bottom of the hill. Now LZ's clear to take the bottom line. Marvin, look at the seams in this racetrack. That is pretty much the 3 different racing lines that are available. We can make 4 of them work, but if you can kind of hook one of those seams with your left or right side tires, that's where we're looking for some grip here tonight. And it's really quite frankly what I'm seeing pretty much the top front 5 to 6 runners doing. And then you start to look with a little bit more dirtier air in the back of the pack. These drivers searching, trying to get some clean air in the front of their nose.
Yeah, these drivers definitely going to be searching for grip as the temperatures go down, and we are night racing, so that's definitely going to have something to do with the temperatures. But right now, one car that did catch my attention during that scuffle right there, we're looking at the number 8 of Castelli. I mean, I don't know where Castelli came from, but it just came out of nowhere, and he's right now battling daily for P2.
Another driver that shot out of a cannon. Like you said, Marvin, we continue to work within the cooler temperatures of Kentucky Speedway as we burn the midnight oil. Like you said, look at David Castelli, though. That Chevrolet Camaro number 8. I'm shown as our third biggest mover on the track here tonight as he almost makes contact with P2. Gonna try the outside line. Look at that right rear get yawed out there in the entrance of one. He's gonna try to keep the speed, keep the momentum rocking and rolling in there, coming into 3 and 4. Oh no, we got contact.
Oh, there's going to be contact right there. Oh, my goodness. I think that's Farmer also getting collected there. I think what happened, he bounced off the wall. Castelli bounced off the wall, and then that just sent him against the number 6. And, man, it's just a train ball. Just a domino effect. But, I mean, with this caution, that's probably going to put Delgado back onto the lead lap, as I mentioned earlier.
Like you I wonder what his live odds would be right now if this was some real life racing. But real quick, we'll try and break this one down for you here as well. We saw it live. I don't know, does David come off the safer barrier there? I have to bring out the forklift truck here. We'll take a closer look. There's the number 8 up top. You got LZ up there at the bottom. Oof. And then look at Kabashian. I mean, he's probably like, what in the hell just happened? Same thing with Farmer. Oh, that's a big lick. Unfortunately, it'll be interesting to see these drivers who did just take a big licking and to see who keeps on ticking here tonight after this one, as we'll look at Kilbashian here and see how he gets involved. Well, dunk, nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's unfortunate being collected in somebody else's wreck there, but I mean, oh, right there. Yeah, hits the number 37, spins it around. Yeah, once you hit the grass and these slick tires, there's nothing. It feels like you're driving on ice.
Man, Litchfield, like you said, the 37 blue oval there also was involved in this incident. Got a feel for him because, like you said, I mean, him, not only Kabashian, but Samuel Litchfield, lots of these drivers, as the incidents continue to snowball effect here tonight, Marvin, they just have nowhere to go, especially how fast things happen as we're heading, 180 into these corners. Look at Litchfield here. He's got it clear until, who hits the 37? Oh, I think it's the rear end of the, oh, there it is, Kabashian.
Yeah, Kabashian, yeah. Oof, hard hit, too.
We see Ted saying, hey, Sean. We see GMS saying, no, not again for the Travis Farmer machine. We see you down there live, GMS. And real quick, we're going to hop on board with the Travie Patty machine, as this was another driver, once again, second time tonight. For him specifically, just nowhere to go into 3. Look at that steering. We'll talk about that later, I guess. Farmer just gets clobbered there, nowhere to go. I did notice that steering angle was a little bit to the inside line, but that is something within these fixed setups that you're able to adjust within NASCAR racing. You can choose how straight your wheel is, so to speak, when you're holding the wheel straight, how straight your car is running, if that makes any sense. Anyways, we're gonna get back to some racing action here. Marvin, how about the old Jeff Hoggard as well as Logan Perryman? Nicholas Rendo as well. All these drivers gaining quite a few. I'm showing plus 18 spots right now for the driver of the 05, and we still really haven't had any pit stops start to ensue or any strategy just yet.
No strategy as of now. I mean, oh man, with all these cautions, I'm pretty sure it's helping fuel the strategy with everybody. Now, one car I just noticed right now peek off into the left side of the corner there. It's that number 21 of Reyes right there. He was towards the back at the start of the race, but with the cautions and several incidents that have happened, has pushed that number 21 Chevy Camaro Texas University up to the top 10.
Some More little aerodynamic. Oh, okay. A little bump there. Some front cosmetic aerodynamic damage for Brian Reyes. But real quick before we get to lean green racing action here, Brian, he was a driver that competed within that Longhorn Sim Racing and West Coast Sim Racing real in-person broadcast I did just last Friday. That was a lot of fun. If that's something you still have yet to check out, be sure to check out that broadcast and see some live in-person action. But we're going to get to Glean Green Racing Machine here once again as Zarate continues to lead him out front. Jackson Brown making it up P2. Don't look now, but there's Nicholas Rode as well as Nicholas Rendo for third and fourth.
I'm gonna have to start calling Christian Zarte Cannonball Christian because he seems to be just coming out of a cannon every time there's a restart. He's been really good. I think he's been watching a little bit of NASCAR, the real life NASCAR action as Kyle Larson tends to do that very same thing. And as we come into lap 26, man, it's a 10-way battle for first.
Throw a blanket over each and every single one of them. And I'm liking that you mentioned the old Larson here because it's still earlier on in the race, but like I'm interested to see who makes the theoretical Larson line work earlier on in this race, as that's going to be diving up there out on the boards. But like you said, Zarate, might be the old nickname here tonight is we're going to look 3 and 4, possibly even 5 wide heading into 1. Oh, that's not going to work.
That was not going to work. Oh, 2 different accidents. Reyes gets involved. Rosca there.
No.
Angel Delgado off the corner of my eye. Oh, my goodness.
Rosca
He
involved as
cannot
well.
catch a break. Oh, we're on our fourth. Gosh, these guys are very, very anxious right here to make something happen. 5 wide race, and as we see the pace car. Oh, it starts with the 20 GR Toyota Camry at the bottom left of your screen there.
Sorry.
Take a look here what happened.
I'll get us a better look at it here. Where's that 20 at? Come here, boy. Oh, where's he at? No.
Should be the bottom left. I see Reyes right there. And seems some sparks. So right there. So he was in a tri-oval. I think he got loose because there's a certain point where the tri-oval kind of starts to bank up. And I think that upset the 20 car, then got into the 05. And unfortunately, 05 got into the 21. And then on the top of your screen, who already exited out of the screen, there's another incident. Rosca, I think he might have locked up the brakes trying to avoid an accident. But, yeah, that was 5 wide racing. That was not going to work. And then when the other 2 wrecked making 5 wide racing, the 98 and the 88 and the 72 all went into almost a synchronized drift. But unfortunately, the number 98 of Nicholas Rode got the worst end of it. But it looks like he didn't hit the inside barrier. So I think he's okay. And Rosca, there he is around, but no damage though. So I think this should be fine.
Here we're going to hop on board with Nicholas Rendo, and then next time we'll hop on board with that double O of Rosca.
Oh, okay. I think Nicholas Rendo's, he's okay. No damage, so.
I don't think Rosca's going to be okay. Check. Not only take a look, but take a listen in. This is going to be a big old lick for Christopher here. Oh, actually, I stand. Oh, some contacts there, but really,
contact, but
I didn't. That wasn't as bad as I thought there for Christopher Rosca.
Yeah, it looks like I think it'll be okay. I mean, it just kissed the inside of that wall. That wasn't a light kiss. That was more like a good old smooching right there.
Here we're going to look at things, how they start to ensue here. Brian Reyes diving it down the inside, and then we're going to start to look at what ensues into 5 wide up out here in front before he gets some more back to live racing action. There it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. It was working until just a little bobble there, and that's all it took.
Yeah, usually you want that inside banking right there, the tri-oval, it's going to go flat at some point, and if you try to get it down there, you got to kind of keep in consideration the banking to that flat of the tri-oval, and it's going to bobble that car around. And I don't think the 20 Toyota Camry was I think he was thinking that was going to happen. I don't think he prepared for that. That's number 20 of Hawthorne there.
All right, so as we scrunch and bunch the field back up here together for some more green flag racing at the end of this pace lap, Zarate's going to lead him off out into turn one once again. How about Jackson Brown, the one and only Canadian driver out here? He's going to lead him off into turn one on the outside line. Before we talk about that second lane, though, I'm showing right now the only two drivers that don't have United States of America flags right now. Christian Zarate, I'm showing a Mexican flag for him and that Canadian flag for Jackson Brown. Also, Nick Burling right now, the man from the land down under, is shown in P26. But that's just pretty something cool to mention there. Our only two drivers shown from outside of the country. Not sure where they're racing from currently, but that's something pretty cool to keep an eye on here.
Yeah, you got some driver diversity from different nations representing Mexico and Canada on the front row there. Believe Nick Berlin from Australia. Right now he is a couple of laps down, 11 laps down right now, I believe. But that's unfortunate due to a couple of wrecks that happened. None of his fault. But I mean, hopefully he can get back out there and do a couple of laps and just maintain and get some experience.
All right, we have waited a couple restarts here for it. We're going to get some green flag racing once again from Kentucky Speedway. Christian Zarate holds him up this restart. Look at the bunch up that happens here. We are already 4 wide off the restart.
Rosca, he got a great jump off that restart.
Later, Rosca.
Yeah, he got like maybe 3 or 4 positions there. Oh, no, 4 wide. That's not going to work.
Oh, hang on to it, boys. It'll work. It'll work.
Hopefully it works. 3 wide. Reyes is on the bottom. Oh, he's gonna have to drift up a little bit, but no, we keep it together. That was a heck of a restart right there. Zarta at the point. Cannonball Zarta again. Breathe the heck out of the field, and he maintains P1, followed by Brown P2.
Trenton Johns up to P3, Perryman to P4. Then we start to look at 7th, 8th, and 9th here in the back, or a little bit in the back of the pack. Oh, that was a little bit of rubbing and contact there for Nicholas Rode as well as Ashton Pritchard. Look at Rosca continue to make the Larson line work here tonight. Christopher dives it down the outside. Christopher's not going to take that block in very well. Here's a nice time to look at Jeremy Pienta live driver cam, Brian Reyes live driver cam, Rosca driver cam, as well as that foot cam action.
Yeah, Rosca right now, I believe he's showing, he was at P6 not too long ago. I believe he is currently P7 right now. I think he started like top 15 on that last caution. He jumped the heck out of everybody. He leapfrogged. Oh, as I say that, he not only kissed the wall, I mean, he gave it a good smack. Went full head first onto that wall right there. Hopefully it's not going to damage the car too bad, as he looks like he's going to be 2 for 1 special as we come off of turn 2.
Now we're going to start to look at 3 wide. Will we hit 4 wide once again? Not once, not twice, but for the thrice time tonight. No, we'll settle it back down to 3. Like you said, Rosca pancakes that outside wall. Here comes 7 Hawthorne after a little bit of bargy earlier on in the race. Don't look now, but that's, you got to hate it for Delgado. I'm still showing Delgado, now out of the race. Harold's unfortunate for the boy there, and showing Angel Delgado taking it down to the virtual garage. Back up here to the race lead, though, lap 35 out of 140. Zarate, Brown, and look at Trenton John starting to come with a head of steam. And Logan Perryman might drive down the inside into turn 1.
Yeah, look at Perryman right now trying to get that P3 spot from Johns, and then we're going to have a battle, a 2-way battle here for 3rd place as we enter turn 2 onto the backstretch. But right now, Zarte continues to have and hold on to the point. Oh, looks like the 72 of Hoggard, I believe.
Pritchard, Pritchard, Ashton Pritchard, hang on to it!
Oh, yeah, he held on to it. There you go.
What a save have you ever, Marvin, out of 4?
No, I have not. And that's at 170 miles an hour. You save it.
Ooh, golly jolly here. Pritchard continues to wheel and deal his machine down the back straightaway. Marvin, I got a question for you as well as anybody down there in YouTube land if we don't wreck here coming into turns 3 and 4. There's a nice transition to the question next. Look at Nicholas Rindo. He's going to try the outside line. Marvin, I guess it depends on where you're at on your tire strategy, but are you a man to run down the inside, or are you out there running the fence?
I mean, I like running the top of the fence here. It looks like it can get better momentum, but the problem is hopefully you get a great run. You also got to trust the person onto the inside if you're passing them in order to give you that extra space, as we see Reyes kind of give a little bit of a hip check to that. I believe that's the 50 car. Yeah, the number 50, who coincidentally, the 05 gets hit into the wall.
And I like the old top line here, especially as the tires continue to wear, not only in the next-gen machines, but Marvin, these Gen 6 NASCARs, that's pretty much what I've built up all my oval iRating out here, out and around. And after continuing to trade out the microphone for the virtual steering wheel here within the iRacing simulation motorsports universe, well, after continuing to run some official races at the iRating I'm at, I feel like I'm an old McQueen there as we continue to see side by side leaning on each other at a 2. It's not a good feeling as I continue to join some sessions without practice. Right now, these dry. Oh no! I was seeing that one happen.
No! Oh no, Johns! Oh my goodness! And that's going to bring out our 5th caution of the day. My goodness! I had to look at 3 cars involved there.
Don't tell me Pritchard. Oh, it was that 72. Excuse me. It's the 72 shown in the real life, or excuse me, it's 56 shown in timing and scorings, if that messes with anything.
Okay.
Because
That's
sometimes,
what I think threw me off too.
Yeah, that gets me going as well. But we'll take a look and see what happens to the 72, aka the 56 of Ashton Pritchard here, as well as I believe he's just now coming onto a new race team here. We have to bring out the forklift machine, and we saw this one happen once again in real time.
Yeah, it looks like I think the 28 tried to squeeze behind the 8 and kind of delayed and thought about it. And I think the 72 had to run. I mean, I don't know. It's very hard to say. I could have said, like, let off the throttle a little bit, especially if you're entering turn 3 to avoiding the incidents. But I don't think he had enough time to react. And unfortunately, that caused both of them a lot of spots. As we see the leaders come into pit road.
Zarate is going to lead him in here. I believe he'll have the 2nd pit box after starting 2nd place. Jackson Brown, he's going to run into the pits in 2nd position. He should have the 7th box after starting in the 7th position. We're going to have some pit stop strategy here for the first time, Marvin. These drivers, yep, you're going to see them all go up on the invisible air jacks here tonight, all taking 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagles, as well as they're going to pack this puppy up with Sunoco race fuel. If my math is mathing, we should see at least one more pit stop for fuel tonight, as well as I think tires are going to be the main strategy call. Looks like Nicholas Rindo is going to stay out. Zarate, Brown, David Castelli, Jeremy Pienta, Brian Reyes, Seven Hawthorne, Jeff Hoggard, Nicholas Rode, and Colin Grace running out the top 10. My name is Sean Stam. We got Marvin Samayoa up here in the booth with us. I appreciate each and every single one of you joining us here tonight. We'll be right back with you here on Stam Studio Network. Welcome back in here live to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean. We got Marvin joining you up here as well in the co-commentator position. Real quick, before we cut back to live virtual trackside action, continue to have Brian Reyes up here leading us in the points. Of course, this is points before the race started. But look at Delgado, only 6 points back, as well as Nicholas Road, Mike Chapman, Samuel Litchfield up there. I mean, point battles, we're only, what, 4 or 5 races within the season so far, continuing to really only separated by about 3 to 5 to 6 per driver. Really fun to watch here as we continue to double file them up here through the race field. Marvin, before we get to some clean green racing machine, what's been the pick of your eye? I don't know, is that a word? What's really caught your eye here tonight? There you go.
I mean, the way the intensity has been since lap 1. I would like to say there's like 5 wide racing. That unfortunately did not work. 4 wide racing has been good. 3 wide has been good. But another one I want to mention is shout out to Christian Zarte. He's been shooting out of a cannon as we watch him do it again. Hopefully, I gave him the nickname Cannonball Christian here. He's just going to launch it right here. And here we go.
Man, you see that this time it was the 05 of Nicholas Rindo because the start was on him. But as Nicholas is on older tires, now you're going to see the crossover there into turn 1. Zarate out to the race lead once again. Look at that Toyota GR number 20 start to beat and bang on David Castelli's back bumper. Here we go. Here comes the speed and momentum down our back straightaway.
As we enter turn 3 right now, Zarte at the point. I think the 05 Rendo might have wanted to stay out there, not taking tires. I think that was a little bit of a big mistake, as I think he kissed the wall there, trying to get some track position, but hopefully he can hang on to it. Maybe it might be on the different tire strategy for leaders. Maybe that's why he might have tried to leapfrog the leaders a little bit. Maybe he's not doing too bad. He was on P1, but right now he's showing P6, and he's hanging in there so far.
Jackson Brown continues to hang in there so far as well for this battle for the race lead. It's not only heating up, it's looking like a Louisiana shrimp boil here tonight as David Castelli gets loose as a goose coming out of 4. Or excuse me, I guess that's tight as a kite, I guess you'd say. Best I can come up with as you try and get to the throttle as soon as you can. Try to carry the speed, try and carry that momentum. That's, as I said earlier on in the race, especially on some, well, normally I'd say older tires, but newer tires here tonight for David Castelli. It'll slide him up there up of the track and into the safer berry off of 4. Look at Jeremy Pienta starting to join this battle as well. Our live driver camera in the top left spot.
Yeah, he's Dave Pienta is at P4 right now. Watching the leaders right now, been silently making moves back to the front. Right now he's looking on the bottom and on the inside of number 8 of David Castelli for P3 in that Mobile 1 number 77 Chevy Camaro.
Marvin, I'm not sure about you here, man, but when I cut to these live driver cams, I know you like to run them as well. I like to focus on the old eyeballs and how hard drivers are concentrating. I don't think I saw Jeremy Pienta blink for a whole lap or 2. White knuckle in this this Chevrolet Camaro down the inside of David. Not quite clear, but he's still in that rear quarter.
Yeah, he's knocking on the leader's door right now, and it looks like Pienta is just gonna fall back in line and just try again another turn right now as he enters turn 3. Yeah, he's just gonna leave it there. So, yeah, all right, I'll let you guys battle it out. But right now we're looking at the number 50 of Hoggard right now, looking on the inside Perryman for P7.
How about old Jeff Hoggard? He's gained 7 positions since the drop of the green flag here tonight. Got Colin Grace hunting, trying to dive it down the inside. That's the driver, excuse me, there's Colin Grace, the driver of the Valvoline number 27. Same number as he ran last season in the PPC. This time it's the Overdrive Cup Series as he's going to have Michael Ponder Jr. starting to stalk and creep on his rear view his rear view mirror. Battles all around the racetrack here starting to heat up here, Marvin, especially up into the race lead. Jackson Brown, our highest running Toyota Camry at the moment, 50 laps down, 90 laps to go in this race. Brown runs 1/10 of a second behind our race leader. Real quick, Marvin, to show my appreciation to each and every single one of the fans here live on Stam Studio Network, I'm going to treat you all to the sights and sounds here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. My name is Sean. We got Marvin with us as well, battling for P2 starting to ensue.
Okay. All right, race fans, thank you very much for listening to the sights and sounds of these Gen 6 Cup cars as we see Christian Zarte at the point entering turn 1, followed by Brown, Pienta, Castelli, and Hawthorne rounding up your top 5. But that is a four-way battle for the lead as we see Brown challenging Zarte right now on the outside entering turn 3.
Brown's going to try that outside. He's going to have a little bit more momentum. He's going to pinch pinch Zarate down into the inside of our start-finish straightaway. We got a little bend in it here. That's all it's going to take for Jackson Brown, the one, the only Canadian driver here tonight, up to the point in the Toyota number 96. Christian Zarate drops to P2. David Castelli continues to really knock on Christian's back bumper here for that P2 spot. Jeremy Pienta says, hey, well, Sean and Marvin up there in the booth, don't count on me out of this final driver interview spot as well. Oh, as David Castelli gets in the safer barrier.
Oh, it got into the outside wall, and that allows Pienta to take P3. Hopefully Castelli can gather it back up and maintain the pace as we see a three-way battle for P5 between Hawthorne, Perryman, and Grace.
I mean, shouting out all the drivers here tonight, continuing to keep it clean, green, and mean. Now we're seeing side by side once again there between Logan Perryman, Colin Grace. Colin Grace loses a little grip and front downforce on that number 27 machine out of turn number 4. Unfortunately, Colin Grace will have to give up P number 6 as Logan Perryman continues to find his way. It's slicing and dicing up here to the front of the pack.
Yeah, looks like the number 88 right now is looking pretty solid, been staying out of trouble right now. That's the number 88 of Perryman, trying to keep that P6 spot as we see Grace on the right of your screen and number 27 of Valvoline Chevy Camaro right now knocking on Perryman's door as we have approached the lap 58 in this race.
Well, now, Marvin, I know that we continue to run side by side, nose to tail throughout the whole pack, and right now we have somebody live in YouTube chat asking about it. Real quick, if you joined us here in the vertical broadcast, make sure you mosey your way on over to horizontal land, as that's where I'm reading all these chats off at. Harold Delgado saying, why are these drivers racing so aggressively so early? Well, I think that's something that we continue to see within this series. These drivers know that it is a 140-lap race. There is time to make the magic happen. But I don't know about you, Marvin. I tend to get a little bit antsy as well as in some oval racing. Continuing to see some, oh man, look at Travis Farmer shown down a lap. Excuse me, that wasn't Travis Farmer. Travis is shown down a lap right now. Anyways, two similar paint schemes. Back to what I was saying though, Marvin, you continue to push lap after lap after lap, just begging for what, if you need a caution or if you just need things to run green. We continue to see side by side all throughout the pack, and it shows some really good racing for this Overdrive Cup Series.
Yeah, it does, Sean. And I think to answer that question, if you take a look at the point standings right now, Brian Reyes right now is your points leader coming into this race, followed by Angel Delgado. Well, here's the thing. Brian Reyes right now, I believe he's shown P12. And Angel Delgado, he's out of this race. So I think a lot of the drivers that normally tend to be towards the front, but not quite the speed of Delgado on some of these tracks that we've approached. I think they're smelling blood in the water right now, and I think they're trying to capitalize as much as they can right now, knowing that the top two leaders have either A, been out of the race, or B, just been struggling at this track at Kentucky. So I think from a driver's perspective, when you see that, I think you're going to try to do it as best as you can to capitalize
Oh,
right now. And as we see right now, Brown going on the inside of Zarte going on the inside of Brown, challenging him back for P1. These two are definitely going at it, and one is not giving the other any type of slack. But it's been clean but hard racing, though.
it has been clean, green, and mean up to this point, but there was some contact between the 53 and the 96. There you see the 53 of Christian. He's going to get tight there, trying to keep the wheel and throttle into it there out of turn number 4, but not really able to do it. Our Canadian friend up there north of the border, Jackson Brown, continues to really hound him out here tonight. It's real quick. Here is a replay at that pass for what was the race lead. And there's definitely going to be some argy-bargy. Definitely contacted a 4. Here's Zarate here once again. Oh, excuse me. That was the lap that just happened here. Hang on 1 second. Sorry. I'm looking for it. Hang on, boys and girls.
Yeah, right now as we see, yeah, it's a little bit of some exchange, some bumper and beating banging here, but let's take a look at it here. It looks like Zarte is on the inside right here.
I hope
And
this is it. It might not. Yeah, this looks similar to the last incident. But, I mean, we cut live to it there when we saw that little bit of a wiggle and a jiggle for that race leader. Jackson Brown continues to try and hold off hard charging Christian Zarate. Sorry if I cut you off there, Marvin.
no, you're good. You're good, Sean. And yeah, it just looks like it's really more or less like a 4-way battle for the top spot, or actually 5-way battle, as you can Castelli, who rebounded from that little smack against the wall earlier in the race a few laps ago. But yeah, if you take a look at the lap times right now, it looks like Zarte is a little bit quicker than Brown, for the exception of a few laps. So I think Zarte might want to get that lead back, as we see the number 30 of Hawthorne right there. I mean, I think earlier he was towards P6, and now he's worked his way back up to P3 and is challenging Zarte for P2.
Excuse me. Look at Summon Hawthorne. I mean, shot out of a I know we got Cannonball Christian, excuse me, with really a nickname Rocketeer tonight. But look at 7 Hawthorne. How about that GR Toyota number 20? He's going to try it down the outside line. This isn't only a run of speed and momentum, Marvin. This is saying that I think that I have what it takes to take the leader around the outside at Kentucky. That's showing that you got a little bit of how do I say this?
A little bit of confidence. A little bit of confidence.
Yeah, he's got some big confidence there behind the wheels, that number 20. But don't look now. Christian tries to slice and dice his way back into the inside once again. Thanks for saving me, Marvin.
No, dude, no worries, no worries. I do a lot of that at the West Coast League all the time. I try to save it going sideways and beating banging there. So trust me, I'm pretty good at saving things. Oh, 6th caution of the race as I say that right now.
Yeah, call it the Marvin Tater curse. This is after an incident here. I mean, I saw it on the last camera shot as you were saving me here. We passed by Corey Calfers Jr. at Mach 2, it seemed, as Billy Bob Joe, cameraman, was keeping a steady eye on our race lead. We're going to have to rewind this one quite a bit here if we're going to want to see what happens to Corey.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd because it looks like the left front got damaged. So I wonder what happened there, unless the tire went down or...
No, he's high as hell. Excuse me, he's way up the track, I could say. That sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, for the most part, I guess. I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with your statement, Sean, there, but yeah, like it's a little bit of an odd place. The inside tire.
All right, I'm gonna save us all some time here. Apologies.
Oh, so that's what happened. The 01 had something to do with it. Think might have misjudged the corner entry, washed up the track. The 82 was already in the midway. Think the 82 might have to keep it off the. Yeah, the 01 I think we got a little bit swirly. Tried to save it, and he saved it the second time, but unfortunately collected the number 82.
Man, look at Corey get up on 2 wheels after the contact here. We're going to see it live at Racing Action. That's that university.
Oh,
Oh, holy
oh, that was a hard
columns.
hit. I don't understand that. I think the 82 was already straight. And then it just made a hard left.
Here we're gonna get the best look at it here, I promise, because this will be kind of bird's eye camera shot. This time, we're gonna see. Oh, is that a
That was the
racing?
first incident. That was the
Yeah.
first incident.
Oh, I
The
see what you're
01 kept it
saying.
straight, and then yeah, the 82 just went left. I don't understand that.
I'm picking up what you're laying down here, Marvin. It took me a second, but I think, I mean, look at the. It was originally, I think, a racing incident, but it's the really second sort of contact there that we see that really, I mean, it brings out the caution, first of all.
Yeah.
All right, so after some pit stop strategy here, as we were trying to dissect this this replay here as best we can, as Jeff Hoggard continues to lead out up front, but Marvin, this is once again a driver, the only driver who stayed out this race pit stop strategy, because Zarate from second on back have all pit on lap number 68. Jeff up here out in the number 50 Chevrolet Camaro. He's going to, he last pit on lap number 41, so resulting in that, it's a little bit older tires, it's a little bit older, a little bit less Sunoco fuel in that fuel tank. We're about to possibly be seeing a Nicholas Rendo Part 2 here, driver 05, last restart.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like it. Not sure if I like this strategy exactly. Looks like it hasn't really paid off for Nicholas Rendo right now, who sits P12, P13 on this restart. Kind of faded back, and he kind of stayed around 6th and 7th. I mean, unless Jeff Hoggard feels like he's got a car that can maintain, this might be a good strategy, but I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it.
Well, I'll tell you this here. Drivers, race fans, everybody here that has joined us live here on Stam Studio Network tonight. As we are halfway through this race, these drivers are going to do what they say can't be done. They have a long time to go and a short time to get there. I want you to do something special here tonight. We're going to give you a crank it up on this race restart. Enjoy the sights and sounds from Kentucky Speedway as these V8 engines roar to life in these Gen 6 machines. Slowly and woefully crank this puppy down, because look at the number 50 of Jeff Hoggard after starting the race out here on the race restart of pretty much the captain seat. He already drops his way back into, that is, I mean, 15th position here. That is how much tires and, well, really, tires matter here tonight. We are over halfway to go. Zarate continues to lead, as well as the most amount of laps led tonight. Here comes Jackson Brown, Jeremy Pienta, Logan Perryman, as well as Nicholas Rhodes starting to join this battle up here for the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like Zarte has been pretty stout towards the front of the pack. Brown and Zarte have been kind of just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But look who's in P3, the number 88 of Perryman. He actually was around the 6th, 7th spot, but looks like he's fighting right now with the number 77 of Pienta for P3, or at least trying to keep P3, as we see an little bit. Pienta washes up the track just slightly, and it looks like now he's going to have to pay for it, because now he's going to have to battle. Oh my goodness, a little bit beating banging there between Ponder and Pienta and Road there for the P4 spot.
not only beating and banging, I saw Perryman get up to the rear quarter panel of our race leader, not able to make anything happen with it. Still side by side for fourth on back. Jeremy Pienta, he's continuing to search for some grip. He's gonna run the, oh no, up into the safer barrier, more than the Larson line. He's gonna lose all of his speed, all of his momentum there out of the exit of 4. Chapman says thank you very much. Trenton John says, all right, I'll take B7 on by. Colin Grace and Jeremy Pienta work their way back up to 5th and 6th position.
And as we see it now, a little bit up to the right there, we can see that highlighter yellow 07 of Chapman, who was involved in the 2 incidents at the beginning of this race. Now he's battling, he's on the top 10, battling for P7 as he looks on the outside of Johns.
How about old Mike Chapman, that highlighter 07, continuing to search for sponsorship, but he's got the speed, he's got the pace. He's actually ran top 3 within the Overdrive Cup Series. I believe once between PPC Series, not only once, twice, but thrice. Mike Chapman continues to show the pace here tonight, and look who's starting to join the battle. It took him more than half the race to do so, but Brian Reyes starting to dive it down in there out of 3 and 4 after he gets a shot and a half out of the rear bumper and front nose of Nicholas Rindo right there behind him. 2 and 3 wide, separating these drivers into turn 1 once again. Will settle things back down to 2.
Yeah, it looks like Reyes right there. He's trying to defend and try to crack the top 10 right there. It looks like he's just got to pass the number 13 of Ponder to stay on to the top 10. And as I say that, he looks up to the inside right there. Remember, Ponder did hit the outside wall, so I think, as I say that, off screen, we see the number 19 Toyota Camry hit the wall. And that should bring out a caution, maybe?
It'll be interesting to see what race control calls here. Is that's definitely Jared Green off the pace. I saw Jared Green shot Mach 2 into the outside wall after what was, I think, a move gone wrong, just into that turn. We'll try and dissect this one here as we're going to continue to run under green flag conditions.
Okay, yeah, looks like we're continuing green flag racing here. Number 19s definitely have to go to pit road if he can turn it down. Looks like the right front tow rod and probably more suspension damage is definitely affecting that car. But looks like he gets it back into pit road, and we stay green with, I believe, about, 60 laps to go? Yes, 60 laps to go.
I believe this might be the incident here as there we're going to see Jared Green. Let's see. They're going to start to look 3 and 4 wide up here in front of him. It's so far so a-okay here. That was very interesting because we saw Jared Green quite a bit off the pace. He's going to continue to run the inside here. What ends up happening to that number 19 machine?
Starting to look a little loose, so something tells me he might have gotten a little bit loose coming into the corner.
Oh yeah, he tries to dive it down the inside of Rosca there, not really showing anything for him. I'm going to continue to search for this replay though, but I think you might be onto something, Marvin, there. It looked like a loose condition that continued to build looser and looser. After lap 82 out of 140 in this race, still only 1/10 of a second separating our front 2 race runners. Nicholas Road continues to run 3rd position. Side by side is Jackson Brown once again. Jackson Brown, that number 96 machine, he's going to try the outside this time heading into 1 and 2. It looks like he's got it there solidified. Pienta falls back into the 5th running position, actually 6th running position now.
Looks like Perryman right now has worked himself up to the P2 spot. On board with him, looking straight at Brown. Looks like Perryman might have a little bit better long-term speed, but does he have enough to pass Zarte, who right now has been in a commanding, dominant fashion today, currently P1 spot with not too much, I think 0.20 away or so. Basically a very close battle between first and second.
Curious to see the old lap time differential between, it is back and forth here. There you see lap 79 and 82, our race leader faster than Logan Perryman. But look at lap 80, 81, and 83. That's Perryman faster than Zarate up out here up front. as these drivers continue to not only work with their tires that are continuing to age pretty quickly here tonight, as we're going to see, a move down the inside, contact for the race lead.
Wow, no, he almost had it saved. Oh my goodness, caution for that. Oh, and Chapman. Oh my goodness, another hard hit into the wall trying to avoid a wreck. And that's going to bring out our 7th caution. I thought, oh my goodness, I thought Zarte had it saved there, but then that second, as we take a look here, that was one heck of a drift with the number 53, but I think that 88 washed up into the track. I think Zarte came down a little bit too aggressive. And unfortunately, I think the 88 tried to stay on the apron to keep off of him. And unfortunately, the physics be damned sometimes, because that's just gonna literally wash up the car up the track, unfortunately.
Here we go at live racing action. Here's Zarate. He's got it clear down there into turn number 1 and 2. And then we'll take the onboard shot at it here. Okay, hang on with us here. We'll back this puppy up. As Zarate definitely had it clear for a moment into turn 1 and 2. Gets turns there. Like you said, Marvin, he had it saved until it was just too little too late.
Oh, Chapman hits the hard into the wall trying to avoid the accident. Oh my goodness. A little hard to say. I know that was that looked like a racing incident, to be fair. Yeah, because the 88, the 53 arcs it wide. I think he was going to try to take the inside lane and misjudged it, and the 88 was just already there. There was plenty of room because it looked like an aggressive arc from the number 53. And unfortunately, the 88's on the apron, and you could tell, look at the 88. He's already, like, drifting it sideways.
Here we go. Here's a little bit better look at the run that we get coming to the yellow flag here as Perryman. He gets down. Oh, okay. One more look at it here. Apologies. It's hard to tell because I think you called it pretty good there, Marvin. That's you gotta hate it because this is battling out here for the race lead. Contacts between the 53 and 88. Fortunately for Logan Perryman, he continues to fight another day. But unfortunately for Zarate, after leading the most amount of laps here tonight, he's still within the pits with some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, hopefully he can get that fixed and back out on the track, because he did have the quickest lap time that time with the 29.727. That is the quickest lap of the day currently by Christian Zarte, who's in the pits right now. So hopefully he can get back out. Maybe just one lap down. I mean, might not be too bad, but you gotta hate it for Zarte.
All right, so as we take a look at our little top 10 here within the left side of your screen, it'll be a Toyota Camry leading a Chevrolet Camaro there on the outside of Logan Perryman. Nicholas Road, 7 Hawthorne, both as Toyota Camrys in the 3rd and 4th positions. And then Trenton Johns all the way through Colin Grace, David Castelli, Nicholas Rendo, as well as Michael Durham Jr., all running Chevrolet Camaros here tonight. That's 5th through 9th position. Then you just look at Michael Ponder Jr. running one of the only blue ovals who is left out here on the track tonight. Samuel Litchfield, after contact earlier in the race, that number 37 continues to fight for his right to party as he runs in the 21st position. Let's see. Yep, Delgado's out of the race, so only 2 Ford Mustangs left here tonight.
Oh my goodness, yeah, only a 2 Ford Mustang right now. And, Ponder's the highest Ford Mustang right now, currently in 10th position. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, this is going to be a very interesting battle as we see Chevys and Toyotas duke it out right now as the pace car lights go off.
Alrighty, once again, let us know who you are rooting on here tonight. We see 25 viewers live in YouTube land. Once again, if you're just now in that vertical broadcast, mosey your way on over to horizontal lands, and if you're already here, you can hit that little gear icon in the top right or bottom right of your screen. Bump the quality up to 1440p, as we are going to have Jackson Brown, our Canadian buddy, lead us to the green as a huge checkup happens here in the back of the pack. That's already going to result in 4 wide heading into turns 1 and 2. 2 wide for the race lead as well.
As we see right now, Brown at the command. I think Perryman might have got a good jump, but looks like Brown got a better turn into turn 1. As we see Perryman onto the outside, looks like Hawthorne right there. Hawthorne's been making a lot of very aggressive moves towards the beginning of the race, but looks like he wants that top spot. I haven't seen him quite nail it just yet. I think the highest time I've seen him was be 2. But let's see if he can grab the lead right now from Perryman as we go into turn 1.
Looks like he's clear for it. Perryman out to the race lead now, side by side between 7 Hawthorne as well as Jackson Brown. Here we go, start to look in 2 and 3 wide down the back straightaway. Will these drivers sort it back out and with us here? 4 wide into turn 3. Oh, a little contact there with Colin Grace and the 28 Skittles machine, keeping things moving and grooving somehow, some way. Even more contact right out there in front.
Oh my goodness, and look at Reyes. He came out of nowhere. He was, I believe he restarted this race on this last caution on P12. And look at him. What the heck? Look at Reyes racing his way to the P1 spot. Reyes to the point here at Kentucky Speedway.
Marvin, how many spots was that gained in 1 lap? I mean, that was like 3 or 4 spots gained. I'm sure if we could see Brian right now, he'd be smiling his left rear quarter panel off.
Oh my goodness. I want to say there was more to that. That was like 30. I think, look at Hoggard. Look at him right there battling. He did fall back that a few cautions back when he became the leader and didn't take any tires. But look at him right now. Look at him. He's going P2 right now. He's going to go try to chase down Reyes.
The back and forth here tonight from this Overdrive Cup Series event here live at Kentucky Speedway. I mean, like you said, we just saw Jeff. He really was on the losing end of that strategy. Somehow, some way, able to fight his way back up to P2. Here comes Logan Perryman, Jackson Brown, David Castelli. Unfortunately for Hawthorne, he falls back all the way back to P7, but here we go, side by side. Some side drafting starting to ensue here with Travis Farmer. Travis Farmer is showing a lap down right now, but he's still running in the 18th spot, trying to show that he still has the speed and pace here tonight with about 46 laps to go left in the race.
Yeah, Travis Farmer is going to have to be a little bit careful right here because he is a lap down. Don't want to interfere and cause any incidents with the leaders, but at least if there's a caution that comes out, he can get his lap back. As we see right now, Hoggard right now, he's closing in on Reyes. And I believe between those two, last lap, Jeff Hoggard was 2/10 quicker than Reyes. So it looks like he's tracking him down right now. Reyes, remember, he did have some trouble at the beginning of this race, and he is currently first coming into this race as our points leader. And I believe that's what caused a little bit of all that drama at the beginning as they try to scuffle through position. But right now, Reyes at the point, followed by Hoggard, who just ate another 0.3 off of Reyes' lead as we approach lap 97 into turn 1, turn 2.
Now, Marvin, you bring up a great point about Jeff Hoggard continuing to really reel in our race leader here. Starts to smell blood if he was a shark in the water. But Brian Reyes, I mean, I'm not one to be NBC Sports here and bring up things in the drive for interviews, but Marvin, I believe you were with me here just a week ago, and we heard some arsey-barsey in the interviews. Right now, I think I don't only think, but I know. Brian Reyes, he told me real life out at Sim HCX just on Friday night. He said, I'm going to come with a little bit of something on my shoulders here into what was Bristol Motor Speedway. As a matter of fact, Ryan Reyes later in the week, I was told that he wouldn't be able to make it out to Bristol after the change in tracks here tonight to Kentucky Speedway. Well, this is right in the 21's wheelhouse here as he continues to lead not the most amount of laps, but the most amount of laps within the second half of the race. And like you said earlier on in the race, Marvin, how about Jeff Huggard? I don't know if he caught that caution just right exactly when he needed to, but Huggard up here to P2, gaining 13 spots, slicing and dicing on that battle and the gap to that race lead.
Yeah, it looks like Reyes has got a little bit better of control. Turn 3, turn 4 is where Reyes shines, but it looks like turn 1 and 2, Huggard is able to make up a little bit more ground on Reyes. So let's go onboard camera with Huggard. Looks like a little bit off throttle there. Looks like right there's kind of staled a little bit with it's kind of stalled a little bit with a 0.44 gap between himself and Reyes. But looks like right now Reyes has turned it up just a little bit more as he sees Huggard. And we're approaching here lap 100. So we see the number 13, here we go. You see Reyes right here. All right, no worries, no worries.
I was trying to find out who that was going down a lap right there, and that was the 16 from earlier in the race. Remember, that was that lime green, I'm still going to search for it, machine of the Toyota Camry of yeah, there it is, Nick Burling, the driver from the land down under. Man, Nick, he was actually showing some pretty, fast pace in practice as we have another caution on the speedway.
Oh, it looks like number 28 has gone around. That is Trenton Johns. Skittles machine, which I love Skittles, by the way. Wildberry is my favorite, in case anybody would want to know in YouTube land. But as we are on 8th caution.
Marvin, that's a great segue into my next question for you. Do you know, and it might be a trick question being from this is shown on a Chevrolet Camaro, do you know exactly what real-life paint scheme this came off of?
I want to say there's only 2 of them. The Zombies Skittles throws me off a little bit, but I'm going to say either Kyle Busch or I'm going to say Ernie Irvan.
Well, you're about halfway right there. It was the old Buschhauser machine. I believe it was, okay. I'll walk you through it here because we have a little bit of time. My buddy and I, we like to go to Texas Motor Speedway each time that NASCAR's up there. We'll make about the 3.5-hour drive up there. Well, this is back when we were back in school, and it was a school night, and we made the drive up there. Unfortunately, after about 20 laps of green flag racing, it got a little misty out there at Texas Motor Speedway. They called off the race, but that race here, long story short, Marvin, sorry about that. Kyle Busch, he was in this paint scheme, driver number 18 for the JGR 18 Toyota Camry at the time. Kyle Busch ended up winning that race Monday night after they really postponed the rest of that race. I was a little bit heated from it, but at least it was cool to see a Skittles paint scheme in pit lane. I'm right there with you, Marvin. That's my favorite paint scheme. Long story short there. Sorry about that.
No, not at all, Sean. And I would like to add even to that, like I have only once met Kyle Busch. I was very young when Auto Club Speedway was. I want to say as much as Kyle Busch used to get a lot of hate back in the day, I want to say Kyle Busch is a really cool driver. I know he's got his moments and tempers. I know he's a very passionate driver, but I will say Kyle Busch, when he was driving for the number 5 Kellogg's machine for Hendrick, he literally waited until the very last span, which I want to say I had the privilege to be that last span as my dad drove me all the way from school right after work to Auto Club Speedway to go get his autograph. He literally stood there for 10 minutes talking to me and my buddy at the time, and still current buddy, with him, get an autograph session. He signed my RC car body, who I used to race RC cars back in the day. And he also signed a NASCAR 2006 Total Team Control PS2 game. Even though he wasn't on the cover, but he still signed it. And he was very cool because his PR person said, we got to go. But Kyle Busch said, no, hold on. Let me take care of these guys. And I was a young kid. I was like, I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was like 13 or something, something like that, 14.
Oh my
But he's
days.
a really cool guy. He was very cool and upfront. He stayed with us for 10 minutes. And, I've always been a Kyle Busch fan. I hope to see him in victory lane. I know he's still a good driver. I kind of feel for him a little bit because I'm kind of in that same boat, where you have the speed, but you just can't lock it down at the very end in the racing series that I'm in. So I kind of feel for Kyle Busch, but at the end of the day, Kyle Busch, I would like to say, is a great driver and is a great person too. So as much as hate as he gets, but I want to see Kyle Busch win again.
Man, I'm right there with you. Well, maybe Daytona will be the time. Nope. I thought the Richmond. Nope. I thought the Vegas. Okay. Anyways, I'm right there with you. It sucks that the last time was down there at that auto club. I believe, yeah, auto club that's no longer with us. We're gonna get live back to some virtual racing action though. But I'm right there with you. It's just a matter of time. I hope so. Anyways, Green Flag Racing back out up here in the front of the pack. Brian Reyes, driver number 21 of University of Texas at Austin. Paint job gonna lead him down into turn number 1. 3 wide already for turn number 2. 7 Hawthorne, Jackson Brown, as well as David Castelli. Here we go, 3 wide for third. I'm back now.
Oh man, Jeff Hoggard did not get a great start at time. And I think he brushed the wall, which cost him 5 spots right now as he goes down all the way to 7.
Oh, Reyes!
Brian Reyes, my goodness, 3 wide. 2-for-1 special for Brown right now, but look who's right now at the top spot. Castelli leads lap 105 as we enter the tri-oval.
Not for long. Jackson Brown gonna dive it down there, down the bottom of the line. Oh, he's not quite clear yet. Here we go, 96 versus number 8. Jackson Brown, David Castelli still side by side down the back straightaway, heading down 3 and 4. Remember, Marvin, you want to save these Goodyear Racing Eagles for later in the run. At least I do. Side by side's gonna kill that earlier on. Speaking of side by side, not only for 1 and 2, but 3 and 4. Nicholas Rhodes saying, hey, come on now, don't count me out as well.
Now, as we notice right now, Brian Reyes was the leader at this restart, where he's currently outside of the top 10. He's looking in P11. Man, I believe the 50 Hoggard, he was on the outside row, fell back up to P7. Now he's back up to P5, P6. So he's still in the midst of things right now as we are entering the tri-oval. Brown at the point, but Castelli, not if Castelli has something to say about it. And look at the 01 of Durham. He was involved into an accident early in this race, but right now he's showing P5.
How about old Michael Durham Jr. continues to slice and dice his way up through the field here tonight, all the way up back into P5. But now as we see some more side-by-side, David Castelli, he got around to the race lead for a moment's time. But as that Chevrolet Camaro continues to build a tighter condition down on the bottom of the racetrack, our one and only Canadian buddy here tonight, Jackson Brown, Toyota Camry to the race lead. Toyota Camry is also to 3rd and 4th as the 7 Hawthorne continues to join this battle. Don't look now, but here comes Nicholas Rhodes down the inside. Oh, this is going to completely ruin his line into the corner entry. Will he find the the exit speed out of turn 3 and 4? Looks like has somehow, some way, as he's going to bring Michael Durham Jr. right there with him in that University of Kentucky 01.
Goodness, right now, 101 of Durham in P4. Knocking on Rhodes' back bumper right now, but look at Hoggard looking on the outside, inside to the outside right now, and he's going to clear, he's going to clear Durham and take back P4. Looks like Hoggard takes a little bit of time at the beginning to get that car wound up, but as we go Green Flag Racing, it looks like it's more of a long-term speed car, as we see a battle between Perryman and Castelli right now for P7.
About old David Castelli, got a feel for him as he has dropped all the way back to P8. Not as far back as Reyes dropped, like you said, Marvin, on that race restart. Man, not sure if he just chose the wrong line there or just dropped a gear and disappeared the wrong way there. Battle for the race lead continuing to heat up. 7 Hawthorne, he's going to try the outside time, this time by. Not only with that outside, you gain the speed, you gain the momentum, you start to burn those right sides off a little bit sooner, but you try and break that slipstream, that draft on the back straightaway between you and Jackson Brown. That slipstream and draft on the back straight, it's going to help you, but it's going to hurt you within the corners. Look at Jackson Brown and Nicholas Road right here, 96 and 98. There you see it. Excellent job right there for Jackson Brown. He gets at least the left front headlight down and into the clean air. Doing that, you result in just the slightest bit more front downforce, front grip you have into the entrance turns here as Nicholas Road continues to try and fight his way up to that P2's position after sitting in the final driver interview spot.
Yeah, Hawthorne right now at the point, as we see on our back screen. I think that's Rendell right there, trying to go look on the inside of Hoggard for P5. Yep, that's Rendell right now in the 05. Right now, he looks like P5, but looks like Perryman is going to make it to 3 wide, and he's going to get 2 for 1, maybe not quite, as Hoggard is on the outside, and there you go. Yeah, Perryman from P7 to P5 in 1 turn.
Marvin, I'll tell you right now, I could not be a spotter. I'd be going oop, and eek. It's a little bit too much here. Best I can do is commentate. This is some great racing here tonight from Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Sean. This is great racing. We have a 4-way battle right here. 3 Toyota Camrys and 1 Chevy, with another one coming along the way. That is Perryman in P5. But right now at the point is going to be Hawthorne, followed by Brown and Road. All Toyota Camrys with Durham and Perryman. 2 Chevys. Are the Chevys going to team up and try to break the Toyota Camry chain? Or are they going to try to be a little bit selfish and try to take the spot away from another and try to give it a shot at those Toyotas at the top of the pack?
Speaking of those Toyotas, look at the left side of your screen right now. The timing and scoring is showing the last lap time by between each and every single one of these drivers. Look at how close it is. A 30.82, a 30.83, and a 30.95 between our front 3 runners. We are continuing to get into the nitty-gritty, the arsey-barsey here tonight. Lap 115 out of 140. If my math is math, and I think that's about 35 laps to go. Rendo, Colin Grace, David Castelli starting to join this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
That is a 4-way battle for P6 right now, as Grace is leading them, but with Castelli on the bottom, trying to challenge him for P6. Oh man, it's a 4-way Chevy battle, a bow tie battle as we approach the backstretch. 3 wide coming into turn 3. 05, man, washes up the track. I thought there was going to be a caution there, but we keep it cordial and we continue on green flag racing with 24 laps to go.
I am white-knuckling my mouse up here up in the booth, as I'm sure these drivers are white-knuckling their steering wheels here tonight. Probably the final time we'll check in on it. Live driver cameras on the left side of your screen. There was one blank from Pienta. I'm sure it's going to be 1, 2, 3 laps time at its here. 7 Hawthorne continues to lead. We got Rosca's not only his hands but his foot cams here tonight, as well as Brian Reyes. What we have left of that driver's cam.
Yeah, as we see that. Brian Reyes, he's there. Believe it or not, ladies, he is there right now, but he's focusing right now. I don't think there's any time to get up and turn on the lights, but the only light you need is your screen. If that goes black, then yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to finish this race. Then we have a problem. But right now, Brian Reyes is focused and locked in, as we see a little bit of a mix-up right here with the front pack, as Perryman challenges Nicholas Road for P3, and I think that's Reyes. He might have brushed the wall right there in the top right of our screen.
Man, I was noticing how cool, calm, and collected Christopher Rosca's footwork is there, not only within the gas, but a little dabble on that brake pedal as well there, just to get the front end to rotate into 1 and 3. But like you said, Marvin, we have a little bit something more special on our hands here tonight. This is the battle for the race lead. 7 Hawthorne continues to lead. Don't count out our Canadian buddy Jackson Brown. He is within 1/10 of a second for this battle. 21 laps to go. And once again, if we take a look at the last pit stop strategy here tonight, as try and find it here. It was last pit stop strategy 4. It's all even right now for the top 8. So at this point out of the race, it is just move it and groove, elbows out, do all that you can to try to get the race win.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do whatever you can. And let me check the telemetries here. Looks like last lap between the top four, Nicholas Road was the quickest there with the 31.287. However, those front three, Hawthorne, Brown, and Perryman, they're all in the 31.3. So literally, this is a four-way battle for the race lead. I would not doubt it. If no other cautions come out, this could be a four-way battle for P1.
With every single driver up from P1, from P13, last pitting on lap 101 of the race, things are as even as they can be, as long as you have tried to, well, they're even as they can be as if you haven't saved your tires earlier on in the run, if you burnt through them, if you tried to run those right side tires a little bit too strong earlier by trying to find something on the outside line, well, you're going to have no pace coming to the checkered flag here tonight. But as we hop on board of Jackson Brown, I believe Jackson Brown has saved a little bit here, and that's not the fuel tank, but underneath his 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles. How about Jackson Brown? He continues to withhold and retain this battle for the race lead. This time 0.2 of a second back. Only 18 laps to go. Marvin, I don't think it's if, but it's when is Jackson Brown going to pounce for the race lead.
Yeah, Jackson Brown, I believe, I want to say between Hawthorne and Brown, I think he might not have too much for Hawthorne. I think Hawthorne has got a little bit more in the back pocket than Brown, but I could be completely wrong. With 17 laps to go, I see those two breaking away from Perryman and Road, but I believe between the two, I think Hawthorne looks a little bit stronger.
Looking at the lap time differential, it is still cat and mouse here action happening here tonight from the slightly high banks of Kentucky Speedway. I'm right there with you. Will we see Stephen Hawthorne steal one away here tonight from Jackson Brown after Jackson Brown leading a few laps earlier on in the race? 7 Hawthorne, last lap by was a 31.78. Jackson Brown's was a 31.84, almost a 1/10 of a second faster. But I mean, Marvin, I know you come from some road course racing. You know just how important that slipstream and draft is on the straightaways, but it can be the thing that ruins you within the corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a game of chess for sure between these drivers. But man, is it going to be Hawthorne? Is it going to be Perryman? Oh, I say that. On board with Brown, he hits the wall not once but twice there. He's trying to get whatever into the racetrack he can to arc the corner, and that's why I'm saying I think Hawthorne has a little bit more of a race car underneath him than Brown does, because Brown looks like he's maintaining. He isn't losing, but he's really gaining at this point, unless he's saving something. But we'll have to see right now as we see the gap between himself and Hawthorne kind of extend a little bit.
Last lap by an exact tie for 7 Hawthorne and Jackson Brown. Don't look now, but if these two front runners, especially with some lap traffic here, if these two front runners start to get into a little nitty-gritty, could we have Logan Perryman as well as Nicholas Road steal away a race win here tonight? Right now it's 0.2 of a second separating the driver 20 and driver 96, 2 Toyota Camrys away from this race win. But don't look now, Logan Perryman is starting to stalk and creep within that third running position. Driver 88. Right now, our biggest mover here tonight after gaining 20, count them, 20 spots earlier on in the race. Here we go, 0.2 of a second separating 1, 2, and 3 tonight.
Now, it looks like Road kind of fell back just a little bit, so this may be a three-way battle between the top leaders of Hawthorne, Brown, and Perryman as we enter turn 2. Man, are they gonna? I feel like this is gonna be a last lap pass in the last corner. What do you think, Sean?
I'm getting some deja vu right now, and it's not only from oval racing, Marvin. You said it best. I've said this one too many times here on Stam Studio Network. This is one of the tracks I don't think you're going to want to be the leader coming to the white flag, especially with Jackson Brown coming with a head of steam there for P2. Logan Perryman starting to creep there for the P3 spot. Final driver interview so far belonging to driver 88. I'm right there with you though, Marvin. I don't think it's if, but it is when does Jackson Brown, when does Logan Perryman pounce? With just coming to 10 laps to go, you're running out of time here.
Oh yeah, it looks like Brown has been the closest so far. Last lap he was just a little bit faster than Hawthorne. Let's take a look at this lap as we go with 10 laps to go. And it might be, from what I'm seeing, looks like Hawthorne was the quickest that last time by.
Looking at the old lap time comparison here, as this is what's going to continue to tell the story here tonight. Well, the last lap time history between our two front runners, still back and forth. Lap 128, 129. Jackson Brown is faster, but as you heard from the Marvin Tater himself, by 0.070 seconds on lap 130. Brown is slower. We'll have to see this lap time by. Is Brown faster by 0.024 tenths of a second? Here we go. Battle for the race lead is starting to heat up and broil from tonight from Kentucky Speedway.
Oh my goodness, with 9 laps to go, this is a three-way battle. I don't know if Perryman has anything for the leaders, but
I think he does if the leaders get to some side drafting to each other.
Yeah, I think he might be either A, saving some stuff and waiting for these two leaders to just do something a little bit too egregious, or he may just try to push the envelope with 5 laps to go. Because within striking distance, as he's looking onto the inside, he's pushing Brown onto the backstretch. I think he's trying to encourage Brown to do something here where he can take advantage of it.
He knows he can't do this by himself. The teamwork is going to make the dream work happen here tonight between Logan Perryman and Jackson Brown. 7 Hawthorne continues to turn the fastest laps of the racetrack that time by. 7 laps to go. Here we go. Perryman as well as Jackson Brown continuing to run. Oh, excuse me. That's side by side, as now they're going to put the 31 down a lap that time by. Here we go as Jackson Brown. He's going to, matter of fact, gain a little bit of time over Logan Perryman out there behind him, coming to 6 laps this time by. That is 12 turns for Jackson Brown to make any sort of something happen here on Hawthorne's rear bumper.
Yeah, with 6 laps to go right now, it looks like it's kind of steady right now between Hawthorne and Brown. Perryman, he's 0.7 away. He kind of dropped off a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Brown hasn't quite given up yet. The closest he's gotten is 0.10 away from Hawthorne. So I think this is just going to come to the very final laps of the race between Hawthorne and Brown.
I was right there with you. I thought Perryman would be up there with them, but after just a little bit of a botch out of turns 1 and 2, that's all it takes to botch the corner entry. You're going to end up losing that corner exit apex speed there as Jackson Brown continues to hound our race leader. He has fallen back a 1/10 of a second from the last time we checked. He's flirting with that 3/10 of a second gap right now, especially on the same sets of tires here. If you're 7 Hawthorne, you're just going to want to continue to work this aero blocking into turn 1 and turn 3. Try and deposit all the dirty air that you can out of the front nose of the Toyota Camry of Jackson Brown.
It looks like right now between Hawthorne and Brown is 0.32. 4 laps to go. Does Brown have anything for Hawthorne, or is Hawthorne going to run away with this? As we look into turn 3, looks like Hawthorne might have extended it just a little bit. Oh my goodness, Jackson Brown, is he planning anything? Does he have a Hail Mary move in his back pocket? Or is that all he got and he used up his car earlier in the race?
If I'm putting myself in the Jackson Brown seat, I'll answer that question. I think that's all she wrote. There's no more Hail Marys right now. We have to audible to something else for Jackson Brown to be able to, I mean, you're right, Marvin. That's all he has left in the bank to try to make it work. 3 laps coming to 2 laps to go. Only 3 miles left within this race for the Overdrive Cup Series. 7 Hawthorne's going to lead them up there, coming to 2 laps to go. Jackson Brown, Logan Perryman, Nicholas Road make our front 4 runners right now. 7 Hawthorne looks like he should have enough Sunoco fuel left within his Toyota Camry to make it to the start-finish line 2 more times by. Jackson Brown, he closes the gap. Yellow flag, this changes everything.
Oh my goodness, caution, 9th caution of the race with 2 laps to go right in front of the leaders. That's
Look
the 13
out.
of Michael Ponder Jr. My goodness, that was right in front of the leaders. Oh my goodness, now this is going to change everything. You may be asking yourself, why does this matter? Well, I mean, if you're Hawthorne, Brown, or Perryman, do you pit, take tires? Try to get a jump start on the leaders? Are you going to play a little bit of mind games, or are you just going to stay out there? Is somebody from the back of the pack going to take tires? Remember, we saw, what was it, the number 50 of Jeff Hoggard? He took tires and he leapfrogged a lot of drivers. Oh, looks like he got some help, number 82.
Travis Farmer was a little, I think Travis trying to make his way down to the pits there, the 82, nowhere to go. But Marvin, you bring up a great point, and this is the one and only time here that I am confidently saying this is the one and only time I am glad to be up in the booth rather than racing, because I don't want to make that call. Do you pit or do you stay out? Well, here we go. Here's your answer.
Oh, here's the answer. Looks like the leaders all pitted. Are we going to have somebody stay out? Looks like we
Michael
don't.
Ponder Jr. right now, the 13, he's going to make his way back and around. So all these drivers are going to make their way and at least take 2 to 4 tires this strategy.
Oh my goodness. Who's going to take 2 tires? So it looks like right now we're looking at Hawthorne. 2 tires. Harriman.
The left side come up.
He's
there
already
you go.
out. Okay. Harriman, is he? I think he only took 2 tires. It looks like Hawthorne and Brown took 4 tires. So Perryman 2 tires and Hawthorne and Brown took 2. Oh, excuse me. It looks like Hawthorne and Brown took 4 tires and Perryman only took 2 tires. So that's going to be interesting. Did we have anybody that stayed out during that caution? I don't think so.
No, I think they're going to get just waved around here. And like you said, you're exactly right. The drivers that you called there on 2 and the drivers that you called on 4, that's going to be what we result here to this final race restart.
Yeah, with only 3 laps to go right now. My goodness, this is just going to be it's going to be a fight to the finish here. What are you guys thinking, you two? You think Perryman's got what it takes with only those 2 tires? Or do Hawthorne and Brown steal it from them with those 4 tires? Or are we going to see a potential mishap up front, which causes the 0-5 of Nicholas Rendo to take advantage of it, or somebody else from the back of the pack? We don't know. This is definitely going to be 1-2. The finish as we approach is going to be restarting with 2 laps to go as the lights on the safety car are out. The number 88 of Logan Perryman right now is on the top spot, followed by Hawthorne, Brown, Nicholas Rendo, and we have the number 98 of Rhodes for P5.
Well, Marvin,
Yeah,
how
Sean.
about all... oh, sorry, you got it.
No, I was going to say, Sean, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen upon this restart? I'm thinking that there's going to be, I don't know, does Perryman have anything for the 4-tire stoppers, or is he going to run away with this?
Oh, boy. It's... I don't want to say the wrong thing here, so I guess all I can say is it's going to be really fun to watch. This is going to be 2 versus 4 tires. Look at the drivers up here right now, Marvin. We got Logan Perryman, Stephen Hawthorne, Nicholas Rendo, Jackson Brown, Jeremy Pienta. This could be anybody any of these drivers' game here coming to the overtime restart here. What will be green, we will get a white flag lap next time by, and if we get the checkered, then it is all official. Here we go. Green flag is out for the first overtime restart. 7 Hawthorne, driver number 30. Logan Perryman, driver number 88. He's gonna have the inside line.
Oh, looks like Perryman and Hawthorne drag raced it out of the box. As we see, are we going to see 3 wide? No, 3 wide as Perryman does the block on Brown, giving him a little bit extra momentum against Hawthorne. Oh, we see 3 wide. We're already wrecking. 10th caution right before we get to the start-finish line. That is going to be the 05 of
Nicholas
right
Rendo
there?
involved,
Nicholas
Mike
Rendo.
Chapman, Ashton Pritchard's not involved, neither is Michael Durham. Nicholas Rendo, Christopher Rosca, he's got some pretty heavy damage there. Oh boy, this is going to be a little bit of snowball of effect here. As we were so close to getting to that white flag.
I think with the caution, it freezes the field. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, Durham and the number 77 of Jeremy Penta got into it. Unfortunately, Nicholas Rendo was caught in the aftermath. Let's take a better look here. It's like the 77, try to make it 3 wide. The 01, try to pinch the 77, I think. 77, try to make it work. Got a little bit loose. Hit the 05,
Dunk,
bounced
pinball.
off of him. Pinball effect, yep, just like Sean said, and that was it. Oh, man.
That's all it's going to take for these Gen 6 machines to get down, out, and around. That's going to be hard. No real contact for Durham as the 05 really, I think Nicholas Rendo gets the hardest beat of the pool cue there. Oh, man.
Farmer got into it.
Oh,
My
yeah,
goodness.
he did. I think Farmer would be a fun driver to hop on there for this this sort of caution flag.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see, where is he at? Where's El Farmer? Okay, well, we'll try Mike Chapman this time. As Mike, he definitely had nowhere to go.
Oh, hard lick. Man, Chapman, he was a little bit racy towards the middle of the race, but that was a hard lick right there. And it seems like he always gets pinched towards the top and cannot afford. He can't do anything here. He nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. If you're on the bottom, maybe you have a little bit more leeway, but you're on the top, all that momentum, all that speed you're carrying, yeah, there is nothing you can do right now. And as we see right here, looks like we have 11 cars right now that are on the track with no damage. So we're down to an 11-car race here, or maybe 12 or 13. But yeah, it's Perryman, what looks to be the leader. So we have some drivers on the apron. I think that's Rosca right there. He's heading to, looks like he's heading to pit road.
Not sure if this is just to get all the damage fixed up or just to put 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles back on this 00. Russ, oh, don't stop it. No, keep going. There you go. Okay, I thought he was about to stop and bring it down into the virtual garage there. He'll go a little bit there deep into the pit box, but as we get back live and before we get to this final restart, Marvin, how about this? 29 viewers right now live on Stam Studio Network. As we have Griffin Motorsports saying, my buddy Travis, man, he is fast as a mug. We got Cold Gold. That's one of the league owners here. That's Hewling rooting on Travis. He's saying that he's going to open up a can of whoop ass here on this race restart. Where is all Travie Patty? Hang on. Oh, Travis Farmer, he's in the 17th position, but shown 1 or more laps down in this race. But Griffin, Terry, Ted, and who else we got here? Hewling, as well as Knight Payne. Appreciate you all for joining in here tonight as we're going to get the field double file here. Hopefully the final restarts here from Kentucky Speedway tonight. Logan Perryman, 7 Hawthorne, David Castelli, Jackson Brown running at that top 4. Remember, Marvin, we've seen this time and time again here tonight. Really, the driver who owns this race start, it's always on the inside for this Overdrive Cup. Excuse me, it's not always, but tonight it's going to be that inside line of Logan Perryman, driver number 88. Look for Logan to shoot out of a cannon here tonight for the Geico restart zone. It's the start is on him.
Looks like Perryman right here. He's going to have to get a good launch as we go green flag racing with 2 laps to go. Oh, looks like we have a couple of takers just shooting onto the outside of the tri-oval. Looks like it's going to be another drag race between Perryman and Hawthorne. Are we going to see a drag race finish? Perryman fighting off Hawthorne on the inside with those 2 tires. Will Brown push him to the front? Looks like, oh, he's going to make it 3 wide. Oh, it's a little bit dangerous, boys. A little bit dangerous. Look at Castelli. He is saying, I don't care what happens to you boys. I am coming for the W. As we approach the final lap, Castelli shot out of a rocket cannon into turn 1. Perryman around, no Reyes. Oh my goodness. We have a pileup, but I think we're going to be racing to the green. No, Castelli around. And looks like Brown is going to be the winner as long as he keeps it together. Looks like it's going to be a Toyota 1-2-3 finish with Brown winning today's Kentucky race, followed by Hawthorne, Road, Hoggard, Pienta, Roscoe, Pritchard, Zarte, Durham, and Ponder rounding up your top 10.
What a race. What a finish for the Toyota camp here tonight. 1, 2, and 3. Jackson Brown, 7 Hawthorne, Nicholas Road. Make sure you join us here live and Sam Studio Network driver interviews here in just a few moments time. As real quick, we're going to congratulate Jackson Brown up here once again, taking the checkered flag here tonight for the very late revamped, well, excuse me, rescheduled, there you go, that's the word I'm looking for, Kentucky Speedway, there for Bristol. Jackson Brown's going to take home the checkered flag here tonight. Burn this puppy down. Congratulations, Jackson Brown, driver of the number 96 Dex Imaging Toyota Camry there. He's going to blow his engine. He's celebrating so damn hard. Congratulations, Jackson Brown. 7 Hawthorne, Nicholas Road making up 2 and 3. Thank you all for joining in here tonight live on Sam Studio Network. We're going to get some driver interviews as well as some unofficial race results for you here in just a few moments' time. Jackson Brown, 7 Hawthorne, Nicholas Road coming away with the 1-2-3. Jeff Huggard, Jeremy Pienta, Christopher Rosca. How about the 00 making up the top 6 here tonight? Ashton Pritchard, Christian Zarate. I got a feel for Christian. Michael Durham Jr., Michael Ponder Jr., Brian Reyes, Logan Perryman, Colin Grace, David Castelli, Travis Farmer, Nicholas Rendo, Alex Sweeney, Ryan Kilbashian, Trenton Johns, and Nick Burling rounding at the top 20. Stick with us here as the top 21 through 30 belong to Mike Chapman, Landon Bradford, Corey Calfers Jr., Samuel Litchfield, Doug Pachter, Jared Green, Angel Delgado, Angel Delgado finishing 27th, Elise Daly right there behind him, goodness, with as much pace as the 6 Ford Mustang had here tonight, finishes 28th, Timmy Catalano and Daniel Selway Jr. up there in the virtual race control. Daniel, appreciate everything that you've done, as well as, man, Marvin, I appreciate everything you've done here for us tonight. We're going to mosey on over to the live driver interview booth, and I'll meet you there, and I'll meet you over there.
Oh, I am.
Speaking of them, yes, hello. Yep.
Yeah, I did.
All right, Jackson Brown, hey, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. I believe we have the co-commentator, the Marvin Yamentator, joining us here in the virtual victory lane here. Marvin, I believe you have Jackson Brown caught up with you here just now.
Yeah, this is your Marvin here with Sam Studio. Jackson Brown is your winner today. Congratulations. Man, that was a great race. Walk us through that race. What were your initial thoughts?
Tires were important. I'm not really sure what to be saying right now. She was trying to save tires there. Unfortunately, the race, before that caution at the end there, didn't have anything for the 30, didn't save enough, thought the race was over. Caution came out, hopes came back, and the restart just was the restart. Yeah, I guess. I'm bad at this whole interview thing, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, man. No worries about it. So one thing I noticed that when the caution came out, like you mentioned before, you felt like you didn't have anything for the 30. But when the caution came out, I noticed that Perryman only took 2 tires. What were your thoughts when you took 2 tires? Were you kind of worried you took 4 tires, or did you think you had more than enough car and 4 tires mattered more than 2 tires?
Well, initially I seen him get off pit road, I was like, oh, are other people taking 2 from the back? And I was like, when I see nobody else did, I was like, oh, that's good. And he started in front of me, I was starting 3rd. I knew 1 and 2, he was gonna have the speed like everyone else, because turn 1 and 2 is full throttle pretty much. And 3 and 4, I knew he was gonna be a little bit tighter, a little bit harder to drive. So if I stayed behind him, drove it down into 3 like I did before the second overtime, I knew I'd have that advantage. The 30 would either be stuck behind him, or I guess the 20 would be stuck behind him, or on the outside, and that would give me time to get away and get the win. So it worked in my favor.
Yeah, it definitely did, man. Congratulations, Brown. Is there any particular sponsors that you want to give a shout out for this win?
Sponsors, no. Everyone who's watching though, watching a 2-hour long race and sticking through it is very appreciated by the drivers and obviously the media. And yeah, I'd like to thank my teammate as well, Nicholas Road, for helping. I don't know.
No worries. Well, appreciate it, Jackson Brown. That's your winner for today's race at Kentucky Motor Speedway. I'm gonna hand it off to Sean at Sam Studio, who's got P2 and I believe P3 on the mic.
I'm about in the old second place. Come on, you got to shout out the old 7 Hawthorne here tonight, driver of the number 20 Toyota Camry. 7, you got a copy here tonight.
I got you loud and clear.
All right, same right back at you here. What was going through your minds not only on this final race restart, but lap after lap after lap? It seemed like you had the longer run speed here tonight for that GR. Goodness gracious. Toyota Gazoo Racing. So yeah, there you go. Number 20 Toyota Camry.
Well, we was pretty fast on the short run, and we was really fast on the long run, and I knew that was going to be our strength, so I didn't want that caution to come out. But it as good as I do, these things always find a way to bring out a late race caution, whether it be at the lead or whether it be way at the back. So I think I did a good enough job on the first restart to match the 88 and actually beat him into turn 1. And I knew in my head when he took 2 that he just wasn't going to have the grip at all. So once we got to 3, so I knew it was just a matter of time before I drove up the track, whether it was his intention or not. I would hope he wouldn't, but yeah, it took me out of contention, him out of contention, and kind of just put it into whatever we had. And I overdrove it in 1 and got into the 8. So, I can't really be mad at the 88 because I wrecked my teammate earlier by mistake and ended his day. So, what goes around comes around. And yeah, it's just a pretty sour ending to a decent race.
Well, I'm not sure if you've ever seen My Name is Earl, but Karma will definitely. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, we'll get back to some racing action here tonight. Seven, continue to be our one of our biggest movers here tonight. Continue to slice your dice through the race field. Who we shouting out to makes it all possible for you to come race with us every Sunday night for Overdrive Cup Series.
Well, first I want to thank DL Designs. He reached out to me and made the car, so without that, I wouldn't have even been here tonight. Probably would have just been doom scrolling or bed riding somewhere. And I want to thank SSN, W Energy, Subway, Lawson Products, Kent Automotive, Toyota Gazoo. We had as fast as Xfinity Internet Toyota.
Oh, you
and
mug.
Fanatec. You know, their equipment was nice, and we can only take the positive that we had I would say we had the best short and long run car, because on the short ones when you had to push, we was really up there, but I was just biding my time. And yeah, that's about it. And hopefully next time we can come out on top and get the win we deserve.
I'm gonna get you back for that one though, Steven. His Toyota Camry is fast as Xfinity Internet's here tonight, you mug. I'll get you back for it. Podium finish here, P2. Congratulations on it, Seven.
One last thing, I want to thank the fans and broadcast team. Looks to be a pretty nice broadcast, so can't wait to go back and look at my awesome highlights of me leading and end the video there and pretend I won. So yeah.
There you go. That's what I like to hear, and that's really what keeps us going there behind the scenes. Congratulations, Seven, on your podium finish here tonight. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you for your time. You have an amazing one.
No, I'll try it, as I got one more broadcast coming up here in just about 10-15 minutes time. But before that, man, how about Nicholas Road here, driver P3, gonna join us here live in the Stam Studio Network broadcast booth and interview booth. Nicholas Road, the Sean Stam, you got yourself a copy.
Hello.
Hey, Nicholas, all right, how about it? You continue to show the pace within this Gen 6 NASCAR car. You avoided the big one here tonight, a little bit of argy-bargy. Gonna make your way across in the start-finish line, P3. What was going through your mind? Well, not only the checkered flag, but the white flag lap as well.
When that big wreck happened, I just stuck it low and I didn't lift it all. I just kind of hoped I would make it through, honestly. So it's a miracle I made it through, because I got wrecked before the white on that or on the other caution, the other green white checkered. I got spun. So it's I don't know. I was just really happy I made it up, because I don't know where I found all that pace and stuff.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch you here slice and dice in these Gen 6 Cup cars around Kentucky Motor Speedway. Who was shouting out, Nicholas? Who makes this all possible for you to come race each and every Sunday night with us?
I want to shout out the fans for sticking through this and just watching and enjoying the race, and my one and only teammate, Jackson Brown, for helping me get up there.
Hey, that's a good shout out there, as Nicholas, you're going to bring it home P3 and Jackson Brown with the race win. Thank you so much, Nicholas, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
All right, I believe that's going to just about do it for us up here at Stam Studio Network. Thank you all for joining in here tonight. As the driver said time and time again, I appreciate each and every single one of you joining us here in just about 20 to 25 moments time, as I'll be live here once again. We got Rosca shooting on and shouting out the old 6th place. Yes, Christopher Rosca coming in 6th place, gained 23. Our biggest mover of the night is Christopher Rosca. Terry, as well as Hewling the Bueling at Griffin Motorsports, joining us as well. That was a lot of fun to watch here tonight. The Marvin Tater joining us up in here for the booth for the co-commentator spot. Thank you all for joining in here tonight. I'm going to catch the virtual plane ride over to Indianapolis Motor Speedway this time by. So I'll catch you all in just a few moments time for my next broadcast. Thank you, Marvin, joining me up here in the booth, and I'll catch you all next week if you don't join me. Just a few moments time. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.